in Chandigarh, where the battle for Punjab has entered its final stage. Can the Aam Aadmi Party hold on to its dominance in Punjab? What of the Congress? Is the BJP perhaps going to make an impact? Can the Akalis make the ultimate comeback? Lots of questions also in the sweltering heat of Chandigarh. Joining me now are three special guests. Manraj Grewal Sharma is resident editor of the Indian Express in Chandigarh. Ramesh Vinayak, seasoned journalist, is executive editor of the Hindustan Times. And Kamaljeet Sandhu is our very own bureau chief here at India Today. Thank you very much for joining me. Lovely to be in Chandigarh. Certainly cooler than it is in Delhi. But I want to understand the political climate. The Aam Aadmi Party. Is it as dominant as it was 2 years ago when it won 90 out of 117 seats in the assembly? Or is the Aam Aadmi Party's honeymoon with the Punjabi voters slowly coming to an end? Manraj, you first.
So Aam Aadmi Party, the mandate it got was absolutely never before. Very sweeping. But right now, Punjabis tend to be very impatient. So while they are very happy with the zero power bills, and the Aam Aadmi clinics are doing very well. But I think the expectations that Aam set were unrealistically high, the AAP government. So they thought, here we've given 92 seats to this party and it will, with a magic wand, solve all our problems, which hasn't happened.
Because you've got the debt climbing up. You've got Punjab having a huge debt. The Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann wanted a moratorium for 5 years. Are you getting a sense, as Manraj says, is it about rising expectations or because the Aam Aadmi Party is finding Punjab a difficult state to govern at times?
Yes, that's true, Rajdeep. Aam Aadmi Party is definitely finding it hard to govern Punjab, which is why they're raising this anti-centre pitch. You know, if you look at their main poll plank, they are talking about how this BJP government at the centre is denying Punjab 9,000 crore of the funds that, are due to Punjab.
Which a number of opposition state governments are doing. They are trying to make this, in a way, Delhi versus state governments. Absolutely. So you're saying AAP is doing the same here?
Yes, and anti-centrism sells in Punjab. Anybody who is seen to be taking on Delhi, it gets some political brownie points in Punjab.
So Bhagwant Mann still gets traction, Kamaljeet. Are you saying that AAP is still party number one, you think, in this election? 13 seats on offer. Remember last time Lok Sabha, they didn't win any seats. This time, do you see them doing still better than the other parties?
Well, if there's one party which is in contention against the Aam Aadmi Party, it's the Congress, and there is no India alliance here. In fact, there is no alliance of any sorts here. And that is what is really giving advantage to Congress party. At number 2 will be the Aam Aadmi Party, so they are actually fighting for the major chunk of seats.
But why did this alliance not happen? I asked this to Arvind Kejriwal. You have an alliance here in Chandigarh, where you're doing a roadshow even as we speak for Manish Tiwari of the Congress, but you're fighting against the Congress across Punjab. Why did this alliance not happen? Is it the Congress which didn't want to have anything to do with AAP or vice versa?
First of all, Congress was the main opposition, so they were gunning after Aam Aadmi Party. Then the Aam Aadmi Party cracked down on several of its leaders. One of them is Sukhpal Khera, who's contesting Sangrur, and this is the seat of Bhagwant Mann. And remember, Simranjeet Mann, another pro-separatist person who's contesting from there. So it's becoming a very interesting contest. But at this point of time, it seemed that Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab could not actually walk hand in hand. And the alliance seemed really impossible. And that is why, post the elections, things may work out in their favor because the numbers will go in their kitty. But right here in Punjab, it seems like a win-win both for Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. But it does seem that the Congress has a slight edge over Aam Aadmi Party here.
How do people see Arvind Kejriwal? Is there any sympathy at all after his arrest in the alleged Delhi liquor scam? Kejriwal seems to be banking on that certainly in Delhi. Do you see that in Punjab, or Punjabis are not too worried about who goes to jail, doesn't go to jail?
We didn't see that kind of sympathy we expected to see because, as Sir said, generally, Punjab always stands up for someone who they believe has been victimized. But somehow, it didn't get reflected on the ground.
So it's much more about local issues. It's much more about whether I've delivered on my Aam Aadmi clinics or whether I've delivered on power.
Much more about Aam Aadmi MLAs not being present on the ground. The anger is about the MLAs not being accessible enough. So that has translated into anti-incumbency, and that goes in favor of Congress.
So Congress obviously will hope to pick up a sizable chunk of seats. Where does that leave the BJP, the other national party, Ramesh? The one North Indian state, even in the last 10 years, 2014, 2019, peak of Modi waves, Punjab didn't vote for the BJP. The BJP piggybacked at the time on the Akalis. Now they are without the Akalis also. What is it that is preventing the voter of Punjab from saying, "Nay, Sada, I want to be with Narendra Modi"?
See, Rajdeep, Punjab is very unique in that sense. Modi wave, which was there across country in 2014, 19, it didn't cross Shambhu border. I call it Shambhu syndrome.
Why?
I guess there is that inherent antipathy towards BJP. Especially among the Sikhs. They think that this party stands for that hardline Hindutva, and which doesn't gel with the Sikh narrative. So I guess that's one factor. And secondly, this is the first election which BJP is fighting without Shromani Akali Dal. First Lok Sabha election in last 30 years. So BJP is on its own. They are contesting 13 seats. Earlier they used to contest 3 seats.
Can they hope to consolidate the Hindu vote? On the other hand, could they hope that, okay, if the Sikh voter is not convinced about our politics, is the Hindu voter going to fully consolidate?
One very distinct thing about Punjab is it doesn't believe in binaries, which is why BJP is on the back foot. So here, Sikhs don't vote along religious lines, because had they done so, Akali Dal, the Panthik party, would have never been out of power. They could barely get 3 seats in the last assembly elections 2 years back. So Hindus also don't vote en bloc for a certain party. So, and there is that polarization, even though farm agitation, Ram Mandir, etc. have played some role, but there is not that kind of dichotomy that we are Hindus, so we will vote for a Hindutva party. That hasn't percolated down in Punjab.
Fascinating, because the farmer anger for a long time, Kamaljeet, was seen as a dominant issue. Clearly, they also saw that as anti-center in a way, the anti-center sentiment. Is that still there? Very much there on the ground. We may not see it in the protests, but is it there on the ground somewhere?
It's definitely there. As far as Punjab and Haryana to some extent is concerned, it's definitely there. And even though BJP is trying very hard, they've taken a lot of leadership. Sunil Jakhar is coming, he's from Congress. He got in many other Congress leaders. So this is where the strategy of BJP is. And
the BJP's got Congressified in Punjab, is it? They've taken leaders from the Congress.
So it's actually Congress versus Congress in a certain sense.
It's Congress versus Congress. Most of their leaders have come from the Congress.
But let me tell you,
Congress, you BJP. Yes,
but let me tell you something. It may not be really bad for BJP if the state of Punjab doesn't vote for them, because Punjab has always gone against the grain. So whosoever is in centre, they've always opposed to that. So it may be actually good news for BJP. But in terms of sheer numbers, they've been trying very hard, whether it's through their leadership, whether it's through poaching, and even with the Prime Minister coming here and his last rally is in Hoshiarpur tomorrow. So this is going to be a very clear signal. But it seems on ground, what is really missing is the empathy or Punjab siding with them. They're only hoping for polarization, with Hindu votes consolidating, which seems to be their best bet. But we've seen several BJP leaders facing a lot of protest from the farmers and other segments in Punjab.
One other factor I want to look at, it's not been covered much in the national media, it's the Amritpal Singh factor. Here is someone openly separatist who's contesting the election from jail as an independent, and many people I speak to, police officers, may I say, are worried that he could actually win the election. What does that suggest? Is there a sense that that narrative of rebellion, of separatism still exists on the ground, or is it a culmination of joblessness, the other problems that Punjab has faced, almost the deindustrialization of Punjab, that's leading many youth to look at even separatists today as potential MPs or representatives?
So it's a mix of two things. One is a host of unresolved issues. Dharam Yudh Morcha, the whole militancy movement, was fought on the SYL river waters issue. That issue still remains. Chandigarh, the place where we are here right now, is a contested city. It's a joint capital of Punjab and Haryana. The other day, Tiwari said we'll convert it into a state, and there was an uproar with even BJP saying, how dare you, Chandigarh belongs to Punjab. Then there is 84 riots, etc. And on top of it, you have the drug issue, then you have sacrilege. So there are so many unresolved issues, which give fodder to anybody who comes in and says, you know, there is so much injustice done to you. And then, of course, on the other hand, you have Punjab, which is on the decline. So youngsters have very high aspirations, but the educations, the whole structure, they really suffered during militancy, and you could never really revive
So
it.
it's still not fully come out of those years of militancy in that sense, when you have an Amritpal Singh who's still a contender in a way for power. We forgot to mention the Akalis, dominant party of Punjab for so long, but clearly I don't hear about them. The buzz isn't there, even though, as I was told earlier by Manraj before the interview, that Sukhbir Badal is waking up early and working hard. Are the Akalis in the fight, at least in Bhatinda, where Harsimrat Kaur is contesting, or is there a sense that even the Akalis are very much on the back foot even now?
I guess Rajdeep, Akalis are, it's a battle for survival. You know, they are actually battling for relevance, you know, because they, you know, lost that connect with their core constituency, which was Peasantry, and the Panthik, the Sikh constituency. So over a period of time, we have seen an erosion in their support base in these two key constituencies, which is why they are kind of on the back foot. I don't see much hope for Akali Dal in this election, including Bathinda. Actually, they are looking at 2027.
You know, so it's very difficult, therefore, to find a common narrative to what's happening in Punjab. Lots of little rebellions, if I may call that, boiling in different parts. Farmer anger, some place could well be the divisions within the Panthik community. But Kamaljeet, what makes covering Punjab so fascinating for you? You were in Delhi for years, now in Punjab. I'm always struck by, even in times of despair, how there's a sense of hope for the future. Is that how you see Punjab, or do you believe Punjab is a state at the crossroads, a state on the decline, as Manraj put it?
You know, the best thing is, and it's very unique, one, we don't have any sort of alliances, and the first time we're seeing a multi-corner fight.
You've got a quadrangular fight.
Not just, there's an X factor, as you mentioned, there is Simranjeet Maan, there is Amritpal, there is Bean Singh, who's the son of assassin of Indira Gandhi. So this is where things really heating up. But yes, the margins of win are going to be very narrow. It's going to be a very interesting fight. And remember, as I said to you, the majority chunk will definitely be with Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party, no matter where Congress is doing how. But in Punjab, they expected to do extremely well, followed by Aam Aadmi Party. And where we're looking at narrow margins and the chips are down are obviously Shrimani Akali Dal. But BJP has been trying to use that X factor in their favor. We don't know how it goes. But as far as the numbers are concerned, 13 seats in fray. And as far as Congress and BJP and Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are concerned, they are actually post-alliance. They may actually come together in the centre.
This could be the Kerala of the South. Because in Kerala, you've got the left and the Congress India allies contesting each other and expected to get the dominant chunk of seats, almost all of them. And you could have the same thing happening in Punjab. Fascinating listening to these voices. Manraj, Ramesh, Kamaljeet, thank you so much.